Hey family, how are you guys doing? How y'all doing? I hope you having a beautiful day. Happy Sunday. And I'm gonna do a couple of messages. I'm gonna go with the flow until I can't go no more. Okay, so you might get one message, you might get three today. Okay, late afternoon chilling. I feel so calm and collected. Okay, I feel like the mood has shifted all of a sudden, and I am going to be doing a reading, channeling the next 24 hours of something that you experienced within the last 24 hours. So let's see any urgent messages. Now, I was channeling something. Somebody here, you're going to get some sort of promotion. Wow, out of the fucking blue. That's going to make you so happy. Okay, you didn't know that there was a boss here or someone in management watching you, wanting to give you something, trying to see where exactly you will be a perfect fit in their company. Okay, that could be very specific. Not everybody's going to experience that, but somebody is. Okay, this is you going to work tomorrow and boom, you don't even know you're already changed in the system. Okay, literally, this may be something that you discussed with them, but maybe it was a few months back. It could have even been a year or something back. All right, and you just let it go and you still came to work doing the same thing. It was something about a test here or some sort of alignment. I'm hearing agreement. Okay, we're in agreement with this. I'm hearing say yes. Okay, yeah, and it's going to put you in this elevated state or something here that you're able to teach people. It's definitely giving management or promotion. For others of you, there's somebody here that's doing something on the internet. Okay, and it could have been at some sort of steady pace. All right, making you happy. All right, or this is giving me like exposure, but like I said, you're going to be very happy about this. All right, working with people, but you are the leader. You're the one that's elevated, standing on this pedestal, teaching people. This could be even about money, analytics, profit. Okay, conversions could be significant. All right, and then you got the Knight of Pentacles. This is something that you have been waiting for, or I don't even want to say waiting, because I'm getting this energy of embracing stillness. Okay, earlier when I was cleaning up the area from the love read last night, I had a lot of cards, and I had a deck that was specific, and the card that fell on the floor was something about stillness and embracing. I don't even want to say time, but embracing. It's almost as if time stopped because you stopped believing in it. All right, I'm speaking to somebody who thinks very deep. Okay, I'm also hearing analytical, especially with this Queen of Swords that's coming out. But it's not like the world around you stopped, but you stopped time yourself by resting within. This is turning into something different. Okay, somebody could even be embracing this within the next 24 hours, or maybe you had some sort of awakening. All right, but like I said, somebody here is doing something on the internet or something that the world is able to see. Okay, and there's going to be some sort of exposure that bring in these Nine of Pentacles for you. Okay, I'm hearing sitting pretty. Okay, but I'm gonna be spontaneous and let them fall out, even though I already read off of them. I do want to say that I appreciate you guys so much for everything. Like everything, seriously. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions. Thank you for your donations as well. I want to say something about the donations. I would definitely prefer, if it's possible, for them to be sent to me directly, because of something that yeah, please, if you can, yeah, I'm trying to channel and see if it's the right idea for me to speak on this. Okay, and not because I'm afraid of anything, but more so because it's my personal business. But at the end of the day, I'd rather them directly. Like, these people aren't very honest. Like, the donations that y'all gave me for my birthday, bro, listen, if you get it, you get it energetically. But we're gonna move forward. let's get right into this energy. Like I said, there's some sort of promotion as far as money here that's very significant. Something that you have been investing in is growing. I'm hearing crops. Okay, I'm taking these cards. Fuck it. And you got the 8 of Wands as if something is speeding up. Rapid pace. This could also be a lot of messages. Incoming emails could be significant for you. Okay, you could definitely be somebody that does spiritual work, or you something about shadow work here. And it's so funny because this is also giving me the vibe of the sun with the moon. It's giving eclipse, but this is like power. This is like essence. This is like, I'm hearing the sun has a soul too. That's deep. All right, it made me not only think about the sun, but every other star or planet. I mean, it makes sense if it's a part of consciousness. It has to be conscious. Okay. I'm definitely getting a sudden realization within these next 24 hours, or a sudden elevated way of thinking. It's like I'm hearing ding, like something is done, as if your brain was being rewired in some type of way, and you're finally going to be feeling the effects of this. Okay, I was channeling earlier too. Somebody's going to find out that they have somebody pregnant. Now, this could be you finding out you're pregnant. This could be a person that you're with. Oh, okay. What am I saying? Because I'm getting lost in the fact that somebody got a side piece pregnant too. Or maybe this is something that you're thinking about within these next 24 hours. Somebody's going to discover something about a pregnancy. I'm telling you. Okay, this person could be 7 weeks, 8 weeks, or 7 months, or 8 months. Okay. I feel like whoever this person is, they worked really hard to hide this, because you are experiencing some sort of happiness, or there's this energy of like, this is just a side note. I'm picking up on a relationship here where you and a person may have been in a relationship for a while, and it had gotten rocky. Okay, maybe you guys had split up or something like that and came back together. But when y'all came back together, it was a different experience. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, it was just given a different experience, and you seemed a bit more elevated. Or maybe you came back together with this person and you healed, but a part of them didn't because they was fooling with somebody else. There's something sticky about that. Okay, this person is pregnant. Yeah, y'all split up. This could even be a baby father of yours, or somebody that you were married to. Okay, there's some sort of secret here being revealed in the next 24 hours in regards to a child. I can't make it up. And I saw the High Priestess. We saw the Moon card. Okay, but it took me to move on to even receive the message. And I feel like that's a message in itself. It took you to move on to realize your worth in a situation. Somebody going to be standing on business in the next 24 hours, okay? Obviously, that's not going to be for everybody. All right, take the energy how it resonates. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Okay. I heard keep them coming. You got it, baby. You the motherfucking star. Okay. You the star. They are afraid for you to find this out because they were afraid that you are going to leave them. This is definitely somebody that you had a family with or thought about having a family with, but the relationship was just too much with responsibility. I thought that was going to be the 10 of Wands, but it ended up being the Queen of Swords, which means that you realized some sort of truth. Not only did you realize it, you took it. This woman got the sword in her hand. The Ace of Swords talk about a victory, truth, and success. And she got it in her hand, pulling her other hand. All right, wiring that power from one place to another. Seeing how much, or this is like embodying some type of energy. Wearing the truth is what I'm hearing. Something about being connected to the truth. Something's being exposed, bro. Is that what this turning into? Because I know everybody ain't going through this. I like to make them general reads. You know what I'm saying? Fit for everybody. Even if you just get a piece of the story. All right? Passion. This child could be a boy, but I can't get away from this story. All right? I'm hearing dramatic. Drama. Okay? Should I do 2? And you got the 6 of Cups, bro. Spirit, keep telling me to talk about this. And I keep trying to run from it, and the cards are speaking for themselves. Okay, there's some sort of truth here that was discovered that you can't run from. Spirit is telling me you can make it fit. Okay, something about hearing the voice of God. I remember when I was driving and the music was loud. But the crazy part is, I was also in my head having a conversation with myself. And I heard it loud and clear as the music was loud and clear. Okay, and I heard, congratulations. You can hear, you hear the voice of God. It's like, it's making me emotional a little bit, because I remember being younger and I used to say, how do I even recognize? How do I hear God? And at the time I was very much religious. Okay. And I'm also embracing the fact that being in religion is what carried me to this space. It also helps me be less judgmental about who I was. And when I meet people that reflect who I was. Okay. When I got on this spiritual journey and I started finding out the truth, I didn't realize that that was my truth. And I wanted to force that down the throats of everybody because it made me feel liberated. But the more and more I become, and the less and less I judge myself, it helped me be less judgmental with other people and start helping me realize how I once reflected that energy. Even energies that I haven't partaken in, helping me not say that it's okay for certain people to do certain things. But you never know what monster or what entity has taken over that person, possessed that person, for them to be even acting how they acting. It's almost the analogy, because what I'm picking up now on is an energy of, and this is going to be triggering, okay? Being molested or being raped or something like that, right? We often hate our monster, our abuser, but we never look at it from a higher perspective to see where the chain in command started. Then when you start getting more tapped into spirituality, you realize that it's an entity, it's an energy. It's not, I don't want to say that it's not that person, because at the end of the day, they're tapping into that part of them. And you never know, if you never been somebody that's been sexually assaulted, you will never know what that feel like to judge a person who has. And it's a cycle, because what if that person was also assaulted and nobody ever did anything about it, and they became what took their innocence? And I know that's deep, okay, but you can apply that to any situation in your life, even to the small things. Okay, I heard I said mun. I was about to say a different word, but I started channeling mun. It's giving Jamaican. All right, I'm also getting money. Okay, moonlight. All right, I also just heard indigo. All right, indigo alchemist. Okay, and I'm looking out the window channeling. All right, I ain't even paying attention to these cards no more at this point. Okay, excuse me, I heard something's backwards. Okay, but what point was I trying to make, Spirit? I'm gonna just move forward. Okay, I feel like somebody can relate to that. There's definitely an energy of finding out something about a child here, but let's switch this energy. Next 24 hours, I'm seeing a lot of messages. Okay, this could also be getting a lot of attention with this 8 of Wands star card. Someone could be tapping into their inner child. Okay, something about memories here are significant. Influences from the past are significant. Okay, someone could also be thinking about a past lover or an ex. Okay, do as you will. Okay, and this don't necessarily mean that you want to get back with this person either. All right, like I said, having some sort of realization and resting in the clarity of the truth of that realization. Okay, angelic energy. And we back to this 9 of Pentacles. Somebody could also be saying that you're getting your money doing something wicked, but in reality, you connected to the angels. You're connected to your energy. You're connected to your inner God. You're connected to consciousness. Okay, and being connected to consciousness, you can also respect that the devil is present. You can respect. I'm hearing the devil inside, all right? Something about indulging in guilty pleasures freely, okay? Understanding the balance. You can't always be light and you can't always be dark. There has to be some sort of balance. Okay, you could be what you want to be, but you know what I'm saying. Based off experience, I'll say that you got to have a balance. Imagine doing something all your life and your body is used to that. Your consciousness, your fear, everything that you do is used to that thing. And then you take it away. You're going to go into shock. Why you think people that are recovering addicts have reactions when they're recovering from what they were addicted to? That's not just from physical or hard drugs. That's in general to anything that you may have an obsession with or an addiction to. Be graceful on yourself, okay? It's okay to indulge. Just have a balance. Because at the end of the day, you have to pay for that imbalance. You. And whatever is attached to you. Okay, these could be children. Maybe somebody having a certain realization about the way they present themselves, okay? And what they want to show their kids or future children, all right? I also feel like there's this energy of a free heart, okay? This devil energy is lingering around all of this happy energy, okay, that you are meant to experience, okay? What is this? I want to clarify this. All right, I heard let them fall. Clarify this devil card. Something about temptation. I also feel like you could have a very tempting energy. People could be questioning. Like, I feel like somebody here is coming off so angelic because that's who you are, right? That's what this is. But somebody else told them, or they're under the impression that what you do is the problem. It's reminding me of a conversation that I had with my cousin one time when she was telling me, because she's a avid believer in Christ, and I respect it, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn, that's her life, right? And I ain't judging her either. I'm just being expressive, okay? I'm not trying to be mean. I also feel this energy of intimidation. People are intimidated by you just being you, and you don't even mean harm. You're just being you, okay? Like a child. But she was like, damn. Oh, we was having a conversation, and she was like, Shay, I find nothing wrong with what you do. I just feel like, I said, what? You think I'm supposed to be a prophet and not a tarot reader? What's the fucking difference? I don't need cards. But you tell me what, this is the scariest looking card in this deck out of 72 or 78 or however many come. I mean, the Ten of Swords look a little scary. But it's more good cards in here than it is bad. All right. The point is, how you seek Christ is how you seek Christ. All right. And I don't necessarily, I'm hearing crystals. I'm hearing crystals. I'm hearing Christy, Christina, Christian, biopsy. Okay. Somebody here could be experiencing, this is a side note, like some sort of death here within the next 24 hours. Now, if this is not spiritually, I'm literally seeing someone, I'm hearing stroke, heart attack, or something here about fire or burning. All right, I'm hearing being eaten alive. All right, somebody could be allergic to their own blood. Okay, and maybe this is something they've been experiencing all their life. I'm also seeing epilepsy. Okay, I'm channeling off of this card and how the energy of dis-ease is associated with the devil card, but you look at it as something scary, somebody that's burning in hell somewhere. People in hell walking, the walking dead. Hell is sickness, dis-ease, not being in alignment. I just can't wrap my head around how my physical body dead, but I'm gonna burn in a physical hell when my physical body is dead. I don't get it when you say it literally, but if I could look at that in a spiritual sense, it makes more sense to me that way. And like I said, I'm not trying to judge nobody. This reading is everywhere. Listen, I'm about to go. Okay, I'm finna go. I'm finna go. Okay, Spirit said everything is in alignment for you. Okay, somebody could have some sort of sex addiction. Okay, now I'm not sure if this is you or somebody in the past. I'm also getting this energy of siphoning energy from that addiction. All right, quick nut. Or it's bringing me back to the story earlier where it's like somebody offered another person an offer out of trying to get back at another person and ended up with a child. Somebody else here, you could be realizing the power of your sacral energy and how every time that you give yourself away to another person, you give them something valuable. All right, and there's an energy of taking it back. For somebody else here, you could work, and this is coming up, I've been trying to avoid it. This is going to be very specific. You could work in a strip club and you might feel like what you're doing is a problem, or there's this energy of shame, or you could be trying to figure out if what you do is associated with your inner flow. Okay, giving your body away to somebody like sexually is different from dancing. Okay, you're dancing. All right, we touch people every day. Okay, you may be in a and I'm allowing myself to be led and guided through this message because I don't want to come off offensive to nobody, which I can't control that. All right, that's a message in itself. You can't control how other people feel about what you do. All right, all you can do is control you. And to truly be in control of you is to let go and not have any control at all. All right. But back to this message, I can't help but to see like a pole. Y'all know those how you be at a circus and those horses, them fake horses that we used to sit on, and they go up and down riding like a horse. It's also giving, you know what I'm saying, sexual energy. Something about sexual energy here and giving money for sexual energy, or something here about trading sexual energy. I don't know if I want to make this the next 24 hours reading. Because what? I'm going through the motions, or whether I even want to keep telling this. You know what's funny? This don't even necessarily have to be sexual either. This could literally be you at a job that's siphoning your power and giving you crumbs. And what's putting them in power is your energy. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Fuck it. Somebody's going to be having some sort of awakening. The beginning of this message, for whoever you are that's getting an air promotion or something that's going up in speed up for you, you good. Okay, and I feel like internally you know this, but there's somebody here in this collective that's going through a lot of things. They are It's like a lot of things are leading them to some sort of journey. And what's so beautiful about this story, no matter what you're going through, right, is that it's still a cycle. The person in the beginning of this message, although you experiencing some sort of bliss, you had to go through your own shit in order to experience that. So whoever it is that may be feeling the weight of their own shit, it's time for you to take accountability, but also be graceful on yourself. Yes, you want to stand in your mistakes, but you also don't want them to drag you down. Own up and move on. It's really not as hard as we think. We be so worried about what people gonna think about us admitting to our own truths that we lose ourselves. We forget who we are. But like I said, you might be going through what you're going through now, but the hope is the beginning of the message and how this can get you exactly where you want to be. And I think I'm going to end this message here. I just want to take the time out to publicly thank my ancestors, my angels, my spirit guides, and me for being able to see the beauty in things and pull the beauty out of everything. Okay, yes, I'm bigging myself up on the camera right now. Fuck all that, okay? And I want you to use me as an example and as inspiration to really feel comfortable with yourself. I don't come on the internet and say what I say and move how I move because I think I'm better than somebody else, or because I can't learn from somebody else, or I think I know everything. No, I bring my experiences, what I feel and what I channel to help other people through what I've been through, bro. Somebody in the comments was talking about a spicy read. And yes, bitch, you put me on blast, but she was like, I like your spicy reads, but it take on to no one. And I was like, okay, all right. Calm down, baby. You calling me out. Calm down. Sit down somewhere. But thank you for that, because at the end of the day, we don't realize how much we are alike. We don't realize how much we go through the same things, but we just express these things and be affected by these things in different ways. Okay, and how much about us coming together will help each other. It's not about black, white, purple, blue. It's about consciousness. We all share this plane. Everybody is individually powerful. And we learn how to be neutral in this power. It contributes to collective consciousness. But anyways, thank me so much. Thank you, Shay. I love you. I appreciate you. You're very brave for getting on the internet and talking your shit. Thank you for being you and being unapologetic. Thank you for being you. Even when you feel like you make a mistake, or you're nervous, or you're scared, you still do it. And I appreciate you for that. With that being said, it's time for somebody here to take a moment out with themselves, to thank themselves for who they are, how far they've came. Be honest. Take accountability for the part that you played in whatever role you played. What can you learn from that role? How can you transform and transmute that energy to work in your favor? How can you take your pain, fuel it with passion, and create? How can you express your beauty? How can you rest in your peace? Not peace that's artificial peace that's created by another. Because how can anybody know you better than you when you are inside of you? You are you. That type of information will help you understand that you can't depend on anybody else's emotions. Okay, anybody else's. Not to say you can't trust a person if they good for you, but at the end of the day, people change. You know how many promises I made in a mind space that I thought was my truth, and had to realize by becoming or experiencing those situations that I ain't mean that promise at all. I remember one time I had a friend. At the time, we was friends. And you know what I'm saying? I promised them, you know what I'm saying, a little money or whatever when I got rich. Now, I don't even talk to that person. Wouldn't even talk to that motherfucker. But at the time, I meant that shit from the bottom of my heart, because that's where I was at the time. But I didn't realize that our relationship was dependent. It was really fueled by my energy. I didn't even know this motherfucker was siphoning energy from me the whole time. How much chaos actually was going on in my life when I even was dealing with that person. And you think God mad at me for it? No. Because it was ignorance. I was living, you know how they say ignorant is bliss? There's a little happiness out of anything in life, even guilty pleasures, like I was speaking on earlier. But there's also innocence. I feel like I'm talking too much. Okay, somebody watching you, baby. Somebody watching you, girl. Somebody's also going to watch you walk into a relationship that serves. Or this could even literally be your inner child watching you fall in love with you. Somebody that's able to see both sides of themselves and how they're both guided by the angel. Although this side is looking at the angel and this side is looking, this person is looking at this person, they're still being guided by that angel. Everything is connected. Everything. Somebody here has a keen intuition. You're going to be receiving a lot of attention in regards to something, or something here has drawn in your attention. But anyways, I hope this video finds you well, and I'm gonna move on to the next message. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.